Hello and welcome to today's video. Today isn't a review, today's a musings video, and it is about Montblanc. So this is my Montblanc 149. I want to talk about my love-hate relationship with this pen, and also, well, not so much this pen, but the concept of the pen, as well as Montblanc in general, and some of this can be taken away to other luxury brands, but I'm only going to be talking about Montblanc today. I kind of had a bit of an aversion to Montblanc, even though I had a couple in my collection. I always sort of felt that they were, luxury pens as opposed to really great writing pens. I was gifted a 146 at one point, and it was okay. I liked it. I could see, oh yeah, there's a reason why people love this pen. I loved the JFK, and at one point I bought that pen. I've still got it. I think it's beautiful, but I barely write with it. It's not like what I want to write with, so it doesn't get inked very often. I bought that little Prince pen and sold it off almost instantly. It just wasn't for me. And then recently, yeah, I got this 146, 149. Sorry, and it's a vintage model, so I bought it secondhand. It's from, well, when I say vintage, it's just not modern, it's from the 80s, and it was like a light bulb. It's the only way I can explain it. All the other Montblancs I tried were good. I go, oh yeah, yes, there is a reason why these are one of the most popular pen brands on the planet, why people swear by them. But this pen, as I said, I'd always sort of felt like Montblanc was luxury as opposed to, like a writer's pen. I kind of equate them to like Louis Vuitton or something like that, yes, you could buy a $200 fountain pen or maybe a $300-400 fountain pen with a gold nib, and you would get as much out of that pen as you would out of what is now a $1,200-1,500 pen in the Montblanc 149. And to a point, that's kind of true. I remember Brian Goulet on a lot of his earlier videos talking about the law of diminishing returns on things like fountain pens, where you get past a certain price point and, you don't, early on when you go from like a $10 Jinhao to a $50 Safari, you see the difference there. When you go from a $50 Safari to a $200, Platinum or something like that, you see the difference there. But then you start to plateau out a little bit. And you're buying pens for the material or the brand. And that's kind of how I felt about Montblanc. You're buying this pen for the brand. You're buying it for that little snow cap on the top there. And so I liked it, but, I didn't love it. And I had pen brands that I really enjoyed a lot more. I still got to say, something like the Pilot Custom 823 or the 845, I think are better writers. I think that Pilot Custom 823, the nib on that is unique in my collection. Nothing surpasses that. Full stop. Nothing surpasses the nib on the Pilot Custom 823 in my opinion. It's juicy and wet. I've got a broad which writes like a Western medium. Great capacity, amazing feel on the page. Someone asked me, what the difference is, and I kind of explained it as, it's like driving in a car with really great suspension. Like you feel the road underneath you, but you feel it kind of going with you. The riding experience is smooth and beautiful, and there's a hint of feedback on it, but you just feel it going with you, and that's how I explain the 823 nib. Does that pen, for me, surpass the Montblanc 149? In many ways, yes. But the Montblanc 149 is an icon, and it's an icon because of, well, pop culture, and it's one of those few brands that people who know nothing about pens know about Montblanc. The Montblanc marketing is spot on. And yes, it is a very well-made pen, and it writes absolutely beautifully. I currently have it inked with Montblanc Beatles Psychedelic Purple. I'll just put like a little writing sample over the top of this. So you can see how, see that. But it's a beautiful, beautiful writing pen. It's a pen I use for journaling and things like that. Is it a pen I take out of the house and take to work? No, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Montblanc is known by a lot of the general public. They know the value and they know the status symbol that is this pen. It's another big point, is that these pens are status symbols. Like people, Pelican and Montblanc and those kinds of brands, people understand them. They understand that they are worth something, and that to own one is to, it is a status symbol. And so I've got a small amount of them in my collection, but they don't go anywhere. They don't leave the house. I write with them at home. I would be too afraid of it being taken, or if it did get taken or lost, that I would never see it again, that I wouldn't be able to afford a new one. So I bought this secondhand from a very reputable seller, and it's exquisite, and it's as I said, it's from the 80s, and it's legit and beautiful, and I can't complain in any way about this pen. It's gorgeous. I won't do a full review. I don't love reviewing vintage pens, because I prefer to review pens that are available sort of now, or show pens that are interesting that you can still get around the place. But you know, if I was going to review a Montblanc 149, it would have to be a modern 149, because that's what people are buying. And while there aren't a great deal of differences, there are a few minor things. So yes, it's a status symbol. It's a luxury icon item. As I said, the law of diminishing returns. Do I get much more out of this than I would get from, you know, as I said, the Pilot Custom 823, which is half the price. Well, actually, much less, like 40% of the price. As I said, I prefer the Pilot, but this is lovely, and it's nice, and it's gorgeous, and there's a lovely, you know, experience of holding this pen and writing with it, and that luxury does shine through. You know, if we're talking pros and cons about the Montblanc 149, the cost is a con. As I said, that law of diminishing returns, you're not getting a whole lot more out of this pen than you would for a pen half its price. You're getting a brand, and it doesn't necessarily write any better than some of those other brands. If you swear by Montblanc and you haven't tried the Pilot Custom 823 or 845, just try one. You might be surprised. Yes, the size of the 149 is unique, and it's a much bigger pen than the 823. And so if you are using this pen because of the girth of the pen and the size in the hand, then yes, you are definitely going to, you know, prefer this pen. But in terms of the writing on the page and the nib on the page, try it. This one writes beautifully, but try the 823. So this is my thoughts and feelings about things like the Montblanc 149. What are you getting? Are you buying the pen for the luxury and for the status symbol, or for it being a writer? I wouldn't buy one of these new necessarily. I couldn't justify that price for a pen when I do have things like the 823 that I really, really love. But that's just me. I'm a pen user, not a pen collector in that way. I buy pens to use them. I buy them to write with them. And it's how they write that makes the difference for me. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this interesting. Please like and subscribe. Doing that helps the algorithm and helps me be able to build my channel. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you would like to support the channel, I would love to hear from you. So thank you for watching. Enjoy your pens, whether they're $1,500 or $5, and I'll talk to you soon.